here with Purge. He is a caster for the new players stream, as they told me to change.
Really?
Yeah, they said, or not they, but someone said that it's.
Do you know what the Twitch URL is?
What is it?
Twitch.tv/Dota2TI_noob.
Oh, okay.
That is the Twitch URL.
Okay.
Call them noobs.
Okay, so are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm liking it. It's pretty much the same as how I make YouTube videos. I just cover basic concepts and explain a lot of mechanics, and like, I don't know, the games are so good, so I get excited about it. So, I mean, if I'm casting lower level games, it's not very fun, but if I'm casting the international, it's amazing. So, the only thing, it's a little repetitive sometimes because we always explain skills, we look at how static links works, we look at what Ravage does, and that's stuff that new players need to know, because if you hop into a Dota game, you don't know what every hero does, so there's no significance of anything, but we really try to make sure that this significance is really obvious. That way new players can enjoy it, because they are what will eventually grow the game. So it's been really fun. I've liked it so far.
You got a good feedback thread. People are loving it.
Yeah, Reddit was mine for one day. The Dota 2 subreddit, that is. I got like 4 threads. It was nice.
They were like, Purge is good at explaining to new players what things are like.
Yeah, it turns out if you do this for 3 years, eventually you get good at it. So, and I haven't casted very much, at least in the public eye, in a while. And I used to be one of the bigger casters, and I haven't done it a lot since then. It was like right after TI2, leading up to TI3. Yeah, no, TI1 leading up to TI2, I casted a lot, and I got a little burned out after that, about halfway after TI2, so I haven't casted much since then. It's been a while, like a year and a half since I casted much, so it was nice to get the threads.
And you tried your hand at pro gaming?
Yep, still doing it.
What's the thoughts on what you've learned?
It's way harder than casting and YouTubing by far. I think it's the hardest job I've ever done personally, and it's hard not just intellectually but also emotionally, because you're on a team with 4 other people, and if you lose and it's because of you, then it hurts you emotionally, because you let your friends down and you make less, or they make money, they lose money because you lost them money, kind of. I mean, obviously there's a lot of mistakes that go into it, but I'm the weakest player on the team, so it was really tough. Like, whoever the weakest player is the scapegoat. So whenever you lose games, everybody tells you what you did wrong, and even though I know intellectually that that's good for them to do it, it's still like, it's really tough to be criticized. So it was really hard emotionally to like know that I was holding them back, and I was trying really hard to get better. I've never tried harder at anything else in my whole life, so it was really difficult to get better, at least for me, because I'm not extremely talented. So it was really tough. But I mean, we had a really good run. We had 4 months where we won everything. We actually won everything for 4 months in Korea, and since then we went 3-3, I think, in KDL Season 2, which is still pretty good. It's just we weren't dominating, and if you're not winning everything, it's pretty frustrating to play. So it was overall, it's been a very good experience. We're going back for 6 months, but yeah, it's been a good experience. But I really appreciate what pro players put into the game now, I guess. Yeah.
You really don't censor yourself when it comes to the self-criticism.
I have to. Like, I learned that very early, because especially in my position where I teach new players, everybody gets really, I'll say butthurt is the best way to say it. Everybody gets really butthurt if somebody who's not insanely talented is teaching newer players, and it's for stupid reasons, usually because they're jealous, or they don't want me to have success, or they think I'm not qualified. But to teach new players, you don't have to be very good. You only have to be better than most players, which I am.
Well, so you also have to be you have to be good at explaining things, and have to be good at like that kind of thing. Like pretty much all the coaches that are in major sports, they weren't amazing players. All the amazing coaches, at least. So it's not like you have to be Dendy or whatever to be able to coach mid,
It's not that, I just want to make sure that people, it's very easy for people to see my success as me being cocky about myself. And once in a while I'll make self-depreciating jokes, or I'll make cocky jokes just to like make the joke as if I'm arrogant, and sometimes people confuse those. So I like really make it clear that I know where my skill level is at, and I'm not trying to like say that I'm something that I'm not. And I have to say this constantly, because otherwise the hate threads would it would make people really hate me, and it would hurt my brand, and I don't want people to hate me anyways. So I just have to be really clear that I know where my skill level is at. Otherwise it makes people really angry and butthurt, basically.
And you're casting with Suns fan?
Yep.
That guy's a funny dude.
He is really funny. I like him a lot.
Talk about YouTube success, though. Damn, that guy.
Well, it's Neil. Neil's the secret behind Dota Cinema, dude. He started Dota Cinema. Suns fan got tacked on because he had a good voice. But they both work really hard at Dota Cinema. That's the most successful YouTube channel based on Dota 2, as far as I know.
And top 20 in all of YouTube at one point.
Really?
For views, yeah.
For views.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's amazing. That's really good. So they're very successful at YouTube. Sun San's really fun to cast with. He actually has pretty good casting fundamentals because he casts a lot in Han, and he brings what I lack usually, which is jokes. And he's really easy for me to bounce jokes off of because I like making fun of him, and it's really fun to do so. So I can just like make fun of him, and he just like pokes me back once in a while when I give him a compliment or when I do something stupid. So we have a really good back and forth, I think. And I suck at making jokes if I'm casting by myself. So having somebody else there, like Sun's fan, is like exactly what I need in a casting pair. So we've been doing really well, I think. I'm really happy with everything on the stream.
Yeah, like I feel like when I hear him in the fails with Reeves and stuff, he kind of just can YOLO any situation and be completely okay. You know?
Usually he's a bit less PC. He says inappropriate things or like fart jokes, or he's been doing a good job of staying away from that. But he's done really good this tournament, staying away from that stuff. Yeah, he's.
And
really
is he all right? Like they had that whole like thing on stream, right? They had that like Breakin and like all that stuff. He's fine. Like his girlfriend's fine and.
Yeah, they're okay. They're maybe a little.
Rattled? A
little rattled is the best way to say it. He's doing okay, he thinks, but yeah, they got a little rattled, as anybody would if you got put into like a serious semi-hostage situation where you thought, you know, people are going to steal money from you, and they took all their guns, and they have to like file insurance claims, and it's a pain in the butt, you know, stuff like that. It was like they got robbed at gunpoint basically, so that shit is going to be traumatizing. At like 5 in the morning, they're just sitting on their computers working, and bam, break in. You know?
Jeez, time to move though. Maybe,
or I don't know. I don't know the solution.
It's hard for me to stop myself from making Dota jokes, but it's a very serious situation. People are like, they should have awarded, you know, like, let's give it some time.
Yeah, it's a little too soon for that,
I think I'm glad they're okay, and I'm happy he's, you know, bounced right back. He's at TI, keep his mind off of it. He brought his girlfriend, they're, you know, having fun. Your YouTube channel, Welcome to Dota You Suck. How is that doing? And are you getting a lot of new players now that, not a lot of new people now that TI's going on?
I haven't really tracked my progress since I got to Korea because I shifted my focus from YouTube and streaming to playing and streaming. So I focus almost entirely on trying to get better and managing the team, because basically the Team Zephyr is a team that we created. We did get some sponsors, thanks to Twitch and Nixus, obviously, but it was largely our concoction. We sat in our rooms and we said, let's try to make this happen, and we talked to enough people and figured out how we could do it. So from there, we have to manage things. We don't have somebody managing, it's me managing the team with some help from other people like Alex, and you know, sometimes Will helps with some stuff as well. Blitz helps sometimes, but it's a lot of work, and I've been focusing mostly on that and playing, and then things like streaming and YouTube have kind of like fallen to the wayside, so I haven't been tracking those numbers as much. So I don't know. I think my views have drastically decreased, but I know there's still lots of new players that are discovering me, especially from this weekend. It's been really good for, I mean, it's like, honestly, it's like the best job possible for me, because it's the player for new streams, and all of my content is for new players, so anybody that checks it out is going to be like, wow, this is exactly what I wanted to see. So I'm sure that I'll get a lot of growth this week.
Get the views coming in.
Views.
Get the views? Okay. You know, you guys were, you know, didn't do well in the qualifiers, but if a few things went your way, maybe.
Got shit on.
Okay, it was being being nice, but if a few things went your way, maybe played a little bit better, you could be in the MVP Phoenix slot. You guys beat those guys.
We beat them for 4 months, and then they roster swapped, and their team got a lot better. And they've been working harder than we have, and they've been growing, whereas we kind of stagnated.
These guys are like practice monsters, right?
Yeah, they play all day, and they have a dedicated team house, and people make their food for them, and so they don't have to manage their team, so they have less responsibilities, and they have more time to just focus on Dota, which I'm sure has helped them a lot. We have a more easygoing schedule. If somebody slacks off, it has to be their team members to tell them to stop slacking off, and that sometimes affects things as well. Not that my team is, like, it'll be like someone will stay up too late and they'll sleep in, and I don't want to wake them up because I want them to sleep in, and you know, then practice is maybe a little later than usual, and then we'll make dinner. You know, things come up, and it's there's always going to be delays. Their environment is perfect. They are completely focused. They are very good players, and they worked really hard. So they really deserved getting here, and I'm happy they did. It's better that they got here than us, because if we got here instead, everybody would have just shit-talked Korean Dota more. But they got to TI, for God's sake, and they knocked out a team of Russians who have been, like, all the players on VP, as far as I know, or at least most of them, have been to every single TI for like 4 years.
Like Arzard and...
Yeah, Arzard won a TI, for God's sake. They knocked out a team that had a TI winner. They knocked out a bunch of players that have like been at every single TI. Like, that was amazing that they did that, and it really like you gotta respect what they did. Like, if that was us doing it, they would have been like, haha, Koreans suck. Only Zephyr could win it. And that's what people used to say. But like, now that Korea has been able to field a team that could do that, it's really good for the scene.
So TI5, Korean team?
There's not enough players. Like, if Phoenix can get that good, or if Poker Face is another very talented Korean team, if those 10 players, plus maybe like 1 or 2 other ones that aren't on the top teams, could coagulate and somehow make a dream team that gets better than even Phoenix did, I don't see them winning TI. But the problem is there's just not enough Korean players. Like, the game's not popular in Korea. Dota's not popular. League is extremely popular. The League players don't want to play Dota because the graphics are not what they like. They like cartoony graphics. They like grinding for accomplishments. They don't like the reward system for Dota. It's just, the game is not doing well in Korea, as far as I know. I mean, Phoenix playing
should help, right?
Helping, I'm sure, but I don't know if it'll be like a huge difference. So it's,
we'll see.
That's why I think a Korean team won't win TI5, is because it has to be Phoenix or Poker Face or maybe another 5 Korean players. There's just not that many players, therefore there's a lower chance of there being the ideal talent and the ideal circumstances. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any shout-outs? Any stuff you want to say?
Yeah, shout-outs again to Nixus, our sponsor. They've been really helpful. They make monitors and other peripheral stuff. They make keyboards. They make headsets. They're selling some Zephyr-branded earbuds, which we're going to be selling very soon. I have a bunch with me here, so if you guys wear a Zephyr shirt to the main event, I will give you a headset if I find you. And they say Zephyr on them, and they're awesome. And the headsets are actually great, or they're earbuds, actually. I use them a lot now. They have a microphone built in. They're really cool. Yeah, I guess that's about it. And Twitch, of course, thanks for helping us out to get to Korea. They've been very helpful, and I think that's it.
Give me a call out.
A call out?
Yeah. Don't you have a call out?
Call out? You mean like a battle cry? What are you asking me to say?
Like the opposite of a shout out.
The opposite of a shout out.
Like a hater.
Like shit talk somebody?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a mature enough person that I would never do that on camera or stream, so I'm gonna pass. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Thank you for the interview, Purge.
No problem.